part 2. I went through my menu in part 1. For example, this week, Monday, we had chicken Alfredo. And I put in peppers, onions, peas, and carrots. What I do at least once a month is get all colored peppers and onions, carrots, celery, and cut them all up into little teeny minced pieces and freeze them. And anytime I can put those vegetables in what I'm cooking, I do. So I made chicken Alfredo, and I used protein spaghetti noodles mixed with regular noodles, spaghetti noodles, because I'm trying to convert my family to the protein ones. So I do more and more each time I make spaghetti. I did that, 2 jars of Alfredo sauce, some chicken tenders cut up really little, and then put the peas and carrots, and then the peppers and onions, and salt and pepper, garlic powder, garlic salt, because I did not have minced garlic. I would have used the minced garlic if I had it, and some Italian seasoning, and did that in the crock pot, boiled the noodles, put the noodles in there, and stirred it all up. And what I did is I have gone from the big adult plates that are divided to the kids plates that are divided, and then now I have little plates about this big that were listed as cat food plates, but I would give them to kids, so I use that, and that's all I eat. Now I have to get very strict on myself on how much I put on that plate. So what I did last night was I just did the chicken Alfredo with noodles and vegetables and stuff. I did not do anything else. Now I did bread for my family and a salad, but I knew that what was on the plate was going to be enough for me. So I ate the chicken first, the vegetables second, then the noodles. And I was full and content. Now, later on at night, I usually get the munchies. My weakness was Nerd gummy clusters, and I could sit and eat a bag in one sitting. Then I went to 10, then I went to 5, and now I don't even buy them. I want them still, but I don't buy them. So if I still have the munchies after dinner, I'll either get an apple, an orange, or pickles. I love pickles. Drink the juice and everything. And that usually gets me till bedtime, and then take my medicines and then go to bed. In the morning, on some mornings, I'll make breakfast if I'm hungry enough. I usually do 2 or 3 eggs, because that's where you can get easy protein, is eggs. Then I do a sausage patty and put the vegetables, the onions and peppers in with the eggs and scramble those up. And I used to do them on a croissant. Then I learned that croissants are mostly butter. They're not great for you. Then I did them on toast, plain toast. And then I worked out of the bread completely. So now I do, it's just the patties, cheese, and eggs. And that fills me up. Sometimes I even miss lunch. Then I'll have a lunch, and it depends on what it is. We are going a lot during the midday. And so my husband is very skinny, and he likes to eat out a lot, fast food. So I have learned pretty much from each chain which thing I can have that works best for me. At Zaxby's, it's a grilled chicken sandwich, and I usually throw away the top bun and just eat the bottom bun. Or they had the chicken quesadillas, and I would get the grilled and I'd eat that, and that would fill me up most of the time all the way, and I wouldn't have any left over, but lately I can't even eat all of it. So my husband gets to enjoy that. Chick-fil-A, I do the 8-piece grilled nuggets. Arby's, I do the Philly steak with the au jus and just take the meat out of the bun. Pizzas, I'll eat just the toppings, the cheese and the pepperoni and black olives and mushrooms. That's what I like. Cookouts, like I said, I'll have the hamburgers and the hot dogs with no buns. Don't eat chips. Don't do french fries. Now, every once in a while, like if my husband buys something with french fries, I'll grab 1 or 2, something like that, but not many at all. Then, with stuff like sloppy joes or whatever, I'll just put the meat in a bowl and just eat the meat. So I drink a lot of water during the day, tons of water. I usually wait until all my ice is dissolved. So that actually is more than 40 ounces of water altogether. It's more like 45 to 50 ounces. Then I'll redo the whole jug, ice and all. I don't do tea. Now that it's been 7-8 months, I let myself have a Pepsi if I'm out. I don't at home at all, but I have a Pepsi with things that may not settle right, like pizza, Mexican, things like that. I'll have a Pepsi, but I limit myself down to 1 for that meal. I don't do snacks hardly at all, but the other day we got a whole bunch of cherry tomatoes and I had some cubed Colby Jack cheese cubes. So I just ate tomatoes and cheese together. Pepperoni's another good thing. So I like to do that. You can get sugar-free popsicles, but I try not to because that will get my brain thinking sweet, 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 sweet. But I also have my mother in the household that has diabetes also, and so I'm trying to work on her diet also. Now I have gone from 8.7 to 5.5 and found out today that I'm 5.2, and I was 5.5 for 6 months, so they classified me as controlled diabetic. Now hopefully after the surgery I'll just be not diabetic at all. So just from being on the diet and losing as much as I have already, my A1C has gone down, which is great. Okay, my starting weight was, and if you ever see anybody else, SW is starting weight was 458. Current weight is 337. And surgery weight is going to be determined in less than 2 weeks or less than 3 weeks. I start my pre-op diet next Monday, and a lot of people think it's just liquid, and my doctor says it's not. It's cutting the sugar out as much as you can, like no sugar at all. So no breads, no chips, no potatoes, no pastas, anything like that. So that's where a lot of people think that it's just liquid, but it's not. Now, after surgery, it's pretty much going to be just liquid for 2 weeks. 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after, until they release you to go to mushy foods. And I'll finish that all in part 3 or 4 or whatever to come. Thanks so much. Talk to you later. Bye.